kids, it's Miss Kirsten here. We're getting ready to do our beginning tap. Miss Sophie couldn't be here today, so just me today. We're going to start with our warm-ups, so go ahead and make sure you have plenty of space, and we'll get ready to start with our toe taps. Hands on your hips. Here we go. And faster. Left. And faster. Heels. And fast. And left. And fast. And knocks. And fast. And left. Fast. Drops. And heels. Wrong side, right, and left, and heels go right, left, Susie Q goes right, and drop, walk the dog, go out, in, little faster, right, left, to the left, right, and faster. Out. Left. Cramp roll goes right. Left. Right. Left. Right. Left. Faster. Toe toe. Heel heel. Left. Left. Right. Left. Right. And faster. Okay, moving on to our shuffles. Alright, right foot is going to start 7, 7, 3, 3, 1, 1, 1, 1. 5, 6. Actually, we'll wait for the chorus. 5, 6, ready, and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, left. 4, 5, 6, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. Make sure you're just hitting that toe on the floor on the shuffle. Shuffle ball change. Front, back, right, left, back, step. you guys are really fast tappers, so you can do it that speed. If you're somebody who's maybe not getting it that fast, you can just try them with the slow ones. With each one of these combinations, we'll do it fast and we'll do it slow, because all of you guys are at kind of different places. So choose which speed is best for you, the fast or the slow. We're going to do the flap combination. 2, 3, 4. We'll do them fast with the flaps and the flap heels, and then we'll slow it down to the flap heel, heel. This should be a pretty good speed for all of you, but if you need to slow it down, that's okay too. Five, six, ready, and 1, 2, 3, to the side. Back flex. 2 sounds on them. To the side. Left foot, front. Make sure it's all the way front. To the side. Make sure that leg's nice and turned down. Back. Same speed, adding your heel. Flap, heel. 2, 3, 4. Side. 2. Make sure you get that heel sound. Back. And 2, 3, and 4. Side. 2, 3. Left foot. Flap. 2, 3, 4. To the side. Make sure we're getting all those sounds. Back. To the side. We'll slow it down for the double heel. The left, heel, heel. It's front foot first. Front, back. To the side. Left, right, left. 2, or that's 3, and 4. To the back. Right, left. Right, left. Last one. To the side. Back. Together. Left foot. We go. Flap, heel, heel. 2, 3, and 4. To the side we go. Flap, left, right. Left, right. Make sure we get all the sounds. To the back. Left, right. Left, right. One more. To the side. Last one. Together. Good. We're going to do our syncopated heels. We will start out slow, and then we'll get into the faster ones. 5, 6, ready, we go. Left, heel, heel, swing, heel, toe, heel. Left, heel, heel, swing, heel, toe, heel. The left, swing, heel, toe, heel. The left, heel, toe, heel. All the sounds. The left, heel, heel, swing, heel, toe, heel. The left, heel, heel, swing. Faster, here we go. The left, heel, heel, swing, heel, toe, heel. Left, heel, heel, swing, heel, toe, heel. Left, heel, heel, swing, heel, toe, heel. Keep going. Slow them down again. Heel, toe, heel. Left, heel, heel, swing, heel, toe, heel. Left, heel, heel, swing, heel, toe, heel. Last one. Up the slow. Faster, here we go. Left. Left, heel, heel, swing, heel, toe, heel. Right. And left. Right. And left. Nice job, ladies. Okay, moving into our paradiddles. Five, 6, here we go. Heel, swing. We're doing them slow first. Make sure you get all 4 sounds. And make sure this is a spank, not just a drop. So spank comes up. Heel, spank. Dig. Heel, heel, spank. 2 more slow. Good. We're going to go faster. 6, ready, we Even faster. Get all 4 in there. We'll slow it down again. Heel, spank, dig, heel. A little faster. Good. I think this is a good medium speed. And we're going to add the pattern. 5, 6. Ready, we go. Right, left, half, half, pull. Left, right, half, half, pull. Right, left, half, half, pull. Left, right, half, half, pull. Good. We're going to do the pattern at the super fast speed. 5, 6, ready, we go. Right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, right, left, right. Good. All right. No, I'm gonna stop it. I was just gonna let the music keep playing, but I don't know how well you guys can hear me when it's playing over top of me. So, back essence, we're gonna start with your right, spank, 1, 2, 3. So it actually makes a total of 4 sounds. I count it to 3 because I say spank, 1, 2, 3, but the spank is actually the first sound, so it would be 1, 2, 3, 4. And think about making that nice triangle shape. I think I did this in both classes. I know I did it in the Saturday class. I'm not sure about Wednesday. But I drew a triangle on the floor around you. So think about that same thing where we spank. You draw that line. You put your toe down on the tip of the triangle, like the top point. You put this toe down on one of the bottom points, and then you step down that one. Now, does it have to be the world's biggest triangle? Absolutely not, because everybody's legs are different lengths. So if you've got shorter legs, you don't need to go way back here. And if you've got longer legs, you still don't need to take the world's biggest step back, because in tap class, if we want to make something faster, we make it what? Smaller. So spank, dig, dig, step, spank, dig, dig, step. We'll do it slow with the music. We'll go spank, 1, 2, 3 to start, and then we'll get to a good medium speed. And then for those of you who want to go fast, we'll do the fast as well. I'm going to keep it on the same song. That's a good one here. Well, no, I'm going to switch it. I've changed my mind. I like this. That makes sense. Alright, we're going to start with the right. 5, 6. Here we go. Spank. 1, 2, 3. Spank. 1, 2, 3. Spank. 1, 2, 3. Spank. 1, 2, 3. Faster. Spank. 1, 2, 3. Good. This is that nice medium speed. Spank, dig, dig, step. Spank, dig, dig, step. Right and left. Right. We're gonna go faster. Right, left, right, left. Good. Medium. Sing, dig, dig. Get all those sounds in there. Faster. One more time. Here we go. Good job, girls. Okie dokie. Moving on to our maxi forward. So it's jump, shuffle, hop, tap. Jump, shuffle, hop, tap. We'll do some slow, some a little faster. We won't go super fast with these, more of like a medium speed. All right, 5, 6, ready, begin, go. Jump, shuffle, hop, toe. Faster. And to the left. 5, 6, ready, we go. Jump, shuffle, hop, toe. Faster, here we go. All right. Okie doke. So we're gonna do some of our across the floor stuff. For some of these, like our first combinations that we do that it doesn't have a right and left, I'm gonna actually just go across and loop around. Since Miss Sophie's not here today, it's for us to do it twice. I'll probably do it at whatever the like slower speed is. If you want to do it faster, and you can do it with getting all your sounds in and your feet not being messy, that's awesome. You can just go with the music and not watch what my feet are doing necessarily, but I'm going to go at that slower tempo. So for our first things, like our heels and things, I'll go around. And then when it gets to something that has a specific right and left, like our buffaloes or things like that, then I'll go back and forth with that. So, Thank you. I got confused with my right and left again. Wow. So we will go start with just, we haven't done this in a while, just heel, heel, dig, heel, dig, heel. So it's a pattern. It's an AABB pattern. Heel, smash, heel, toe, toe. And then you'll go back into the heels, heel, toe, toe, with that. So get ready. Make sure you've spread out. You have enough space wherever you're at that you're not going to run into things. Working on for a few weeks. Heel, smash, ball, change. I'm going to come up to this computer a little bit, face away, so you can see my feet. So it goes heel, smash, ball, change. And then you switch to the left, heel, smash, ball, change. To the right, to the left. Heel, smash, ball, change. So 4 sounds on each side. So it goes 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Switching feet each time. It's not like a gallop where you stay on the same one. We're actually going to do those next. But it switches to the left, to the right, to the left. So I'm going to go around and loop with this one as well. Go at your own tempo. 5, 6, here we go. All change, heel, and left, to the right, to the left, heel, smash, heel, heel, smash, ball, change, heel, So our gallop, it's just going to start with your right foot, and you're going to go heel, smash, dig, heel, smash, dig. Making sure that that dig is truly just a dig. It's not heel down to the floor. And making sure also the foot that does the dig doesn't get in front. So that right foot is the leader, and this one's just kind of following along. Think about putting it right next to like the arch of your foot. So right there, dig. All right. This one, I'm just going to go across, and then I will stop, and then we'll switch to do the left foot. 5, 6, ready, and. Your flat heel heels. So when I do my flat heel heel, we talked about, so when we're doing it in place, like when we do our warm-ups, we do front back. This one is flat back front. Flat back front. So whichever foot's in front, if my right foot was the leader, I'm going to drop left and then right. Left, right, left. So the back foot and then the front on these. Once again, going at your own speed, you can go fast. If you can do that and get all of your sounds in, that is awesome. If not, just do it slow with me. Making sure that we're getting all of our sounds in. Okay. And I'm going to go around on this one. So I'm going to make a loop. 5, 6, ready, we go. Everybody tell me that it's all the ready, yeah. It's all the ready, yeah. It's going to ready, yeah. Everybody tells me that it's all what I'm feeling. I'm living, believing. I'm living, I'm dreaming. I hear it every day. I hear it all the time. I never gotta prove to my friends. I gotta change my mind. Our running flat pattern. So we have 2 slow and 3 fast. So we go 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. With that, it does switch feet each time. So if I start with my right, I do right slow, left, right, left, right. And then this foot is up. It starts the next one slow. 2. I'm getting too close to y'all. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, and then it's back to the right, right, left, left, right. Because it's an odd number when you total it together, so it's 2 slow, 3 fast. If we add 2 and 3, we get 5. So that odd number makes us switch feet. When we do things in an even number, it keeps us on the same foot, but this one is odd. So I'm going to loop around. Once again, go at your own speed. flap, shuffle, hop, and we actually add it onto it. What we're going to do first is we're just going to do section A, what we call the first section, where we go flap, 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 shuffle, hop. We're just going to repeat that, and then after that, then we'll add on the section B that we learned last week. Section B was. So section A had 3 flaps and then a shuffle hop. Section B that we added on just is 1 flap and 1 shuffle hop, flap, shuffle, hop. So what all that looks like together, and back up. It's 1, 2, 3, shuffle, hop. 1, 2, 3, shuffle, hop. 1 shuffle, hop. 1 shuffle, hop. So that's section B. Eventually there is a section C as well, but right now we're just doing A and B together. So you go 1, 2, 3, shuffle, hop. 1, 2, 3, shuffle, hop. 1 shuffle, hop. 1 shuffle, hop. And then you can kind of take a moment, pause if you want, and then we'll go into it again. Repeat it if you have the space. If you don't have the space, you can do it one time this way, and then turn around and do it one time back. That's kind of what I'm doing. I'm going across and back because the screen doesn't give me space to go across the whole room. So I'm going down and back with that. Start with whichever foot you would like. Doesn't really matter for this one. That we learned last week, we did 4 running shuffles and then 3 running, no, reverse that, 4 running flaps and 3 running shuffles. So what that looked like is we went 1, 2, 3, 4. The next one is a step. Step, shuffle, step, shuffle, step, shuffle, step. 1. On to that next one. So if I'm facing, you keep facing me, I'm going to face away. So I'm going to start with my right foot. I'm going to start flap 1, 2, 3, 4. Then I'm going to step on the right, shuffle the left, step, shuffle, step, shuffle, step. And then I will start my flaps again on the right foot. So this is one that will stay on the same foot. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. Step on the right, shuffle. Shuffle, step, shuffle. Okay? I got a little far away from you, so I'll do it one more time, a little bit closer. 5, 6, here we go. Right, left, step, right, shuffle, step, shuffle, step, left, right. So that next one goes into the same foot. So I'm going to go across, and I'll loop around again with that. If you feel like you want to try it slow one time and then do it fast the next couple, that's okay too. Watch this. Beep, beep. I'm going to do it super slow the first time and then maybe a little faster the next one. 5, 6, ready, we go. 3. I'm going to go a little faster on this one. On the balls of your feet and moving through it. If you wanted to practice just your flaps or just your shuffles, you could rewind that, listening to the same music. Just do your running flaps or just your running shuffles if you want to do that for a little extra practice there. Alright, moving on to something easy, just your knock backs. So knock, step, knock, step, knock, step. 'Here, we've been doing it for a while, so I think you guys have it pretty well. Drawbacks. So drawback starts with a spank. We've got a heel drop and then a dig. When I dig that foot down, I've got to keep that heel up. Spank, heel, dig. This is one, last week I said if you wanted to go grab a parent, if you need somebody to hold hands, if I normally hold your hands, you can go grab somebody. Or if you have like the back of the sofa to hold on to, that's nice as well. Or if you have a ballet bar or something at home, just something to help you balance if you need it. If you don't need it, great. If you need help balancing and you don't have something, you can also stick your arms out. That's what I do when we go through there. Heel, dig. And I will say this, the slower you go, the harder it is to balance because you're trying to stay up on that toe for even longer. If you just roll through it, you're not holding it up quite as long. But making sure we're not switching the toes and the heels. That is the main thing that we have a hard time with in class, is we like to go spank, dig, like we're doing a back flap, but there's actually that heel. Spank, heel, and then dig. So 3 sounds, spank, heel, dig. I'm just going to do them slow all the way across. If you feel like you can do them faster, great, go ahead and do that. And I'm going to put on some music. 5, 6, here we go. I'm going to come back the other way, a little faster. Really not for long at all. Some of you guys learned it in class. Some of you guys didn't learn it until we were on the screen. So it's a little tricky. If you don't have it, that's a-okay. We just keep trying it. Because remember when we learned drawbacks the first time? It was really hard, right? So if you're still having trouble with your Cincinnati, that is okay. When we get back to class and we can all be together again, we'll really go through some of those newer steps, and make sure that we've all got it. But our Cincinnati, it starts with our spank, just like our drawback, starts with a spank. Next thing is a heel, just like that drawback. But then we go into a shuffle, and then another heel, and step. So it adds 3 sounds to our drawback. Spank, heel, shuffle, heel, dig. Spank, heel, shuffle, heel, dig. So let's count them. We go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That heel, I think, is the hardest one to get a good sound out of because it's not the loudest part of your foot. So we've really got to make sure when we do that heel that we lift up and really put it down. Now that was both of my feet, so that's a little louder. But spank, really pick it up. Heel, shuffle, heel, dig. Spank, heel, shuffle, heel, dig. All right, if you want to go over that slow motion again, rewind it. If you're ready, keep watching, and we'll do it with music. I think some of you might almost be there with your speed. It's hard with me not being able to see you guys to know kind of where we're at. So if you need to keep doing it slow, that's a-okay. Just wanted to show you what it looks like fast if you are ready for it. Next thing. Where's my notes go? Oh. I meant to do this a minute ago, and I forgot. I forgot to do this when I was going through full laps. I honestly can't remember which one of my classes you guys did this. Might have been both. Really, it might have been neither. I might have imagined it. But the combination is not too hard. It's hop, full lap, ball change, ball change, ball change. But instead of a ball change with a stomp, we're going to keep it all up on our toes. Just try the ball change part with me. So step, hold on, let me go this way. Step with your right foot, right. Yeah, and try going this way. So it's 3 of those. So what that looks like is you go hop, lap, ball, change, ball, change, ball, change. Then you're gonna hop, ball, lap, ball, change, ball, change. So it switches feet each time. So we go hop, lap. Then we hop on the foot that's in the front, switches to your new foot. Ball, change, ball, change. So now we hop on the right, lap the left, And then we would pick up our back foot and hop on that as well. I kind of went off the screen. Not too hard. It's just a matter of switching feet, I think, is where it gets a little confusing. So whichever foot was in the back will flap forward. Arms, if you want to use them, it will be kind of like a chasse, where we have our arms forward on those. So if I was doing a chasse, whenever my right foot's forward, it's my left arm. Same thing, except I'm going to flex my hands up. So hop, lap, ball change, ball change, ball change. Oh, let me face you so you can see that. Hop, lap, ball change, change, and then I'd switch, hop, lap. So it's opposite of which one is in there. If those are way too confusing, you can either just put them out or on your hips, somewhere where you don't have to think about it too hard. So one more time, slow motion. I'm going to not use my arms for this one. Hop, lap, ball change, ball change, ball change. Hop, lap, ball change, ball change, ball change. All right, if you want to do it slow-mo again, rewind it. If you're ready, keep watching and we'll do it with music.
Don't like waiting, let's go right now. Gotta hit the ground, dancing for the music slows down.
All right.
What I'm saying, if there's something to fix. Taking
5, 6, ready, hop, lap, ball change, ball change, ball change, hop, lap, change, ball change, ball change, hop, lap,
everybody get out on the floor.
hop, lap, hop, lap,
Back and north.
hop, lap, hop, lap. One more time, hop, lap. Okie doke. So, moving on now to buffaloes, we are going to do the same pattern that we did last week, where we went a regular one and then one with a knock. Now, if you want to get really crazy with it, you could also make those doubles. So what that would look like would be because we add a flap to make it a double. So that double is flap, shuffle, hop. If you just want to do singles, that's okay too, because doubles are new for some of us, and it makes it a little harder to balance. But we are doing that pattern, so it'll be a regular buffalo, and then one with a knock. A regular buffalo, and then one with the knock. If you choose to make it a double, it's still the same pattern. It's just a double and a double with a knock. So that's a lot of sounds on that one. We're going to go across to the right, and then we'll stop, and then we'll go across left. If you feel like you've got your doubles on one side, but the other side you just want to do regular, you can do that. You can kind of switch up, your choice. But really try to do that pattern, because it's good for your brain to not do just the same thing all the way across the floor, right? So it's an A-B pattern. So we do A and then B with that knock. If you forget it a couple times, is it the end of the world? No. But trying to think about it, I think what I will do is I will do just singles going this way, and then I'm going to do doubles going back. So you kind of have an example of both, but up to you. You want to do doubles both times, singles both times, switch it up, whatever you choose to do. talk to you guys for a second. So the next thing we're going to do is maybe a little more challenging. This is something that I would prefer to teach you guys in person, but I think this is something that you guys can probably work on at home. Since I don't know when I'll get to actually see you guys again, you can kind of keep working on this at home. And then when we get back to class, this is another thing we'll definitely go over slow motion again, and make sure we're all on the same page with it. But we're going to use our drawbacks, but these are called crossing drawbacks. So this just gives you a little something to work on. Excuse me, if we were in class, I would be teaching you that this week probably. But since we're at home, I'm going to go ahead and teach it to you. If you have questions on it, you can always have your parents send me a message, or if you want to try them and have your parent video you, and if you want me to look at it and give you corrections on that, I can do that. We're just working on it. I don't expect you to get it perfect. It's just more of getting the concept in your head so that we can kind of work on it together when we get there. So it's the same steps as your drawback. That's spank, heel, dig, which you guys have. It's just going to be moving in a crossing pattern. So what we're going to do first is we're going to stand up and we're just going to do the pattern of steps. We're just going to walk it. We're not going to do the spank, heel, step. We're just going to walk it. So go ahead and stand up with me. And I'm going to face you guys. It's going to move backwards, but I'm going to face you. So first thing we're going to do is take your right foot, cross it over. So cross, and now we're kind of twisted like a pretzel. Find your left foot, point to your left foot. That left foot is just going to go straight back so that you're not tangled anymore. And then take your right foot again and put it next to it. So that's the first set. Now, we're going to take the left. Left foot's turn is going to cross. And we're tangled up again, so we've got to take this one, uncross it, and then side. So what I say in my head is I say cross, uncross, back. You can kind of, if you want to say that in your head, or out loud even, you can, or if you want to think of something else that might help you, that's okay too. So everybody take your right foot and cross it. Take your left foot, uncross. Right foot, back. Left foot goes cross. Right goes uncross. Left goes back. And again, cross, uncross, back. Cross, uncross, back. So, do that one more time, just the walking steps. Cross, uncross, back. Cross, uncross, back. Cross, uncross, back. Cross, uncross, back. If you've got that, we're going to keep moving. If you need to rewind, go ahead and do so. This time, so each one of those, eventually, when we put it all together, eventually what that's going to be is so that's what's going to be eventually. This time, what I want you to do is I just want you to go spank. So it kind of crosses over. Think about that crossing shuffle that we do, but instead of a shuffle, it's just spank it across. Try it again. Drop your heel. Dig. So what we're going to do is we're going to go spank, heel, dig, and we're just going to walk the next two. Walk, walk. Then we're going to take the left, spank, so it crosses over. Spank. You're hitting that tap of the shoe. Ooh, I kicked my own foot. Spank, heel, dig, walk, walk. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to do several of those going back. So we'll do spank, heel, dig, walk, walk. So we'll go cross, heel, dig, uncross, back. heel, dig, uncross, back. I'm going to face away from you guys now and do that. Same thing that we were doing though. We're going to use our right foot. We're going to go cross, heel, dig, uncross, back. Cross, heel, dig. You can even say back, 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 back. Try that again. Right foot, spank, heel, dig, back, back, spank, heel, dig, back, back. So if that was pretty tricky for you, and you're like, whoa, that's plenty for me, you could just do that going across the floor when we get to doing that with music. If not, and you want to keep going, we're going to move on to adding the next section. So we have cross, heel, dig. Then the next thing that needs to happen is this foot. Whoop, I was on the wrong foot. I'm sorry. Right foot. My left foot is the one that's going to need to move back. So my left foot's going to go spank, heel, dig. So what that looks like if I'm facing this way is I went cross it, and then I uncross it. That one I think is the hardest. Honestly, you could just do that over and over again. Go cross and un. And then after that, this next one is just a regular, easy old drawback. So it's just those first two that are a little tricky. So it's cross it, pull it back, and then this one just goes straight back to join. From there, we cross over the left. Heel, dig. We pull it back, spank, heel, dig. So watch that one going sideways. So I go cross the left, pull the right back. Try that again, just there. Spank, heel, dig. Spank, heel, dig. One more time on that. We go spank, heel, dig, spank, heel, dig. So move. I'm going to face this way, and I'm going to do just all three on the right foot, and then I'll pause. So I'm going to pick up my right, I go across it, the left, and then the right. If you feel like you're still a little bit confused as to where your feet are going, just keep walking it. Then I'm going to take my left, cross it over, my right moves back to uncross the feet, and then my left goes. So that's a little bit of a tricky pattern. Even if today you don't put all those steps together, just think about maybe today when you go across, just do the walking pattern. And cross, back, and cross. And then maybe you watch the video again in a couple days, and that time you decide to add in just the crossing spank. So you'd go spank, heel, dig, walk, walk. Spank, heel, dig, walk, walk. And then the next time you add it in, you could do all three. Spank, heel, dig, spank, heel, dig, spank, heel, dig. Now, what I'm going to do in the video when I play music is I'm going to do just continuous. I'm going to do all the way, go to cross. I'm not going to really pause. But while you're practicing on your own, or even while we're playing the music, you can just ignore what I'm doing. You could pause after each section. So I think of the sections as a group of three. So I do the 1, 2, 3. And you can stop, and you can do that same side again, or move on to the next one, however you want to do it. Think about what's going to be not necessarily easy for you, but just a little bit of a challenge, so that you're pushing yourself a little bit, but not so hard that you're like, oh my goodness, I can't do that. So once again, if you just want to walk it, it's cross, back, back, cross, back, back. Or if you want to add one spank, spank, heel, dig, back, back, spank, heel, dig, back, back. or if you want to do all 3. That's completely up to you. I'm going to go ahead and put on some music with that. So just make your decision of which one you're going to do. Oh, my computer went to sleep. I was talking too long. Okay, here we go. I'll take a little pause in between each one, but not stop. 5, 6, ready, we go. Cross, back, left, all right, here we go. Cross, back, right foot, cross, back, and left. Cross, back, right foot, cross, back, left, here we go. Cross, back. Good, I'm gonna come back the other way. Right goes cross, back, left, here we go. Cross, back, hold left foot, cross, back, ready, and go. Cross, back, ready, cross, back, good. Okay, so like I told you guys, that is probably a really hard step for us to be working on. But if you break it down into those sections, starting with the walk, adding the next part in, adding the next part in, that's the best way to learn it. If you come back to class and you're still really struggling with it, that's okay. We're gonna go through all of it again. But I kind of wanted you guys to kind of just get an idea of it before we got back to class. So make sure you are practicing your dances, because once we get back, we're going to try and finish those up. So practicing your dances, practicing all the new steps we've done. We've actually done quite a few, if not new steps, we've done a few new patterns of things. So practicing all that. This is the last video I'm going to send out, but we've still got a few more weeks that we're going to be away from each other. So I would encourage you guys to watch the videos again. So watch this video this week, maybe next week watch the first week's video again, and kind of flip back and forth watching them both, because they've got a few different things in each video that we talked about. So practicing, and I can't wait to see you guys back in the studio. Bye guys.